So we're heading on down to the start of a heat of the Remenham Challenge Cup, another heat of the Open Women's Eights. Closest to us we have the women from Edinburgh University in the light blue, and then at the top of your picture, Oxford Brookes University, the women from Oxford Brookes University, closest to the far bank. And well, it's a bit of a grudge match. And the quote from the Edinburgh University crew is, "Our aim is to beat Brookes." That's what they've come to the regatta for. They're lined up against another university, Edinburgh versus Oxford Brookes, fastest British university women's 8 in the summer anyway, excluding, I guess, Oxford University women and Cambridge University women. The Coxes just, their hands up, indicating to the umpire that they're not quite straight, and the start will be very shortly given.
Go!
Both Coxes with a hand down, and there they go, off from the start of this heat of the Remenham Challenge Cup. Winners of this race will face the British National 8 Leander at Imperial College. So this really is, get through this one and you're going to race the British National 8, and that's fantastic. Look at the rate Edinburgh have gone off with. They are trucking.
They're really determined as well. The set of the jaw, the look on their faces, and their eyes forward. All they're thinking about is the next stroke. Deliver one onto the next.
A little bit more poise in the Brookes 8. You can see there in the stroke seat, Beth Wilford Dutton, the 20-year-old, nice and easy off the back turn. Focused in her boat, not looking across. They've all got eyes into the Oxford Brookes 8, and they are leading at the moment. That high rate of striking, those tactics from the Edinburgh women, not quite paying off in the first part of the race. There we see the two Indias in the stern, Rebecca. India Summerside and India Mattock's going to be the Scotland rowing team pair for the home country. It's unusual to have two women of the same name rowing at stroke and 7.
It's a different way to pick a crew, Martin, you know? Looking at the blade work in the Edinburgh crew, there's just a little bit of irregularity that you can see. I'm always interested in why one crew is going faster than another. It isn't always about pure brute strength. And here from the side, you just look at the oars when they're above the water before they go in at the catch. And some oars a little higher than the others. Compare them with the Brookes crew, where they all turn in synchronicity. Just a little more refined, and believe me, these tiny things matter.
I tell you what, that 7 woman, Bethany Meeker, is giving it some. Look at the way she tugs the blade in at the finish. I mean, it's not the purest of finishes, not like an easy release, but she's certainly got a load of stuff on that blade in the middle of the stroke. And she won Henley Women's 2 weeks ago in this crew, and of course they won the Brookes Regatta British University Championships, and she's a nutrition student in her 2nd year. And I guess her power in the middle of the stroke is one reason why Oxford Brookes are leading these women from Edinburgh University, coached by John Hickson. And we've seen the two Indias in the stern, so Flora Blake-Parsons in the 6th seat. And coxed by Dan Balash, a male cox actually, who's been coxing for 6 years at Bath University Temple. And he's doing a research degree designing and making new medicines for the treatment of brain cancer. Pretty noble activity that he's engaged in. Rebecca.
Yeah, I was just seeing Flora again. She won the championship fours at Henley Women's Regatta last week, so it's possible that this crew has not been training together as a complete unit.
Yeah, it's newly formed for this regatta, and it's 6 of the aspirational academic 8 from Henley Women's Regatta. In fact, unfortunately they had an equipment failure in the first round, so they couldn't race, and of course then 2 of the championship coxless 4s, and that is Flora Blake-Pearson's and India Summerside. So they've come into the 8, so it's a new crew, and they've taken on this race. I was really admired the way Edinburgh went out. I mean, they went very aggressively, they were really high rating, and their tactics, to be fair, you know, if they're going to do anything to the Brookes 8, who were the favourites, look across from Elise Sanderson, the 20-year-old cox there. You know, you've got to rattle them at the start, and they put everything in. It wasn't to be. Brookes weren't rattled.
Brookes have the most fantastic, dedicated training system. As a club, they are tough. They train hard, they race even harder, and of course they're recruiting talented young athletes, some of whom haven't rowed before they go to university, and they're teaching them how to win.
I mean, if you want to row at British University, you go to Oxford Brookes, don't you? I mean, that's where you go to row. I mean, I know Durham has a great programme, Newcastle has a great programme, University of London have a great programme, but Brookes, year on year on year, they have the experienced, you know, guys that have left the university come back and row for Brookes, and it's a fantastic growing programme.
Yeah, they've remind me who their coach is, because Spratley started
Henry
the club.
Galash.
Yeah, Henry. Any relation, do you reckon?
I don't think so.
Too many of us with the same surnames. So enjoy this overhead shot of the Oxford Brookes women just panning gently down the crew. And what I look for is the spacing between their heads. If there is a space that stays the same throughout the stroke, it's a sure sign that it's a really well-drilled crew. And they're taking the full opportunity of rowing out this race. They've dropped their rate a little bit, but the coxswain's not going to let them go down easily. They want to know how fast they can go, and they want to give them the confidence that they can take through into the later rounds of this Remenham Challenge Cup.
Swirly water there, isn't it? You can see in that Hudson Shell, the Canadian boats, that is the chosen boat for the University of Edinburgh crew to race in, and you can see the swirl in the waters. Just a lot of traffic out on that bank on the far side. You can see on the left-hand side, just keeping those rowers from Oxford Brookes University honest. They really haven't let up too much. So Edinburgh University doing really well to keep this fine Oxford Brookes women's crew in the Remenham Challenge Cup for Open Women's Eights honest. And the prize is a head-to-head against the British national crew. And these women from Oxford Brookes really want that contest, don't they?
You've got to want it. It's one of the things about progressing in the sport, is taking the challenges when they come to you and giving them your absolutely best shot, because as everyone knows, nobody goes straight in as a winner. You become a winner by learning from every single race that you do. So even if you feel that you didn't perform to your best, what you do is you learn from it, write it down, chalk it up to experience, and do better next time. And let's face it, there have been upsets at this regatta. I got drawn in this event against the England crew from the Commonwealth a few years back, and we beat them in the first round. We were a club crew. It was unexpected, but we gave it our best, and suddenly an opportunity opened up.
So Edinburgh University at that higher rate of striking, you can see they're not quite clearing the puddles, and they're up about 38 strokes a minute. And that's been their chosen tactic. High rating, try and take the race to Oxford Brookes. It's meant Oxford Brookes have really kept on the pressure. They haven't really dropped the rating too much, around about 32, 33 strokes a minute. And there they are, that real power through the middle of the boat. So impressed with Beth Meakin there, just rowing so long in the 7th seat and just putting everything into the second half of the stroke there. Oxford Brookes University coming up to the finish line, about another 5 strokes to go. You can see the floating grandstand there, the new floating grandstand. And here is the finish line camera. The prize is a race against the British National 8 in the Remenham on Friday at Henley, and Oxford Brookes have won that prize by taking victory in this heat of the Remenham Challenge Cup against their opponents from Edinburgh University, who crossed the finish line now. Brave effort from those women.